Hey everybody, we're back. I'm hiding behind a jack this time instead of a mushroom, but we're back and we're gonna start this next one. This is Buried Insight. I just have to run away from it and back to it. I'm already getting mail. I'm popular.
Popular?
Hooray! Ooh.
Oh, pretty.
I like this art.
Yeah.
We should get moving.
Oh, I'm vibrating.
Where's Tiny?
I told her not to, but she wandered off to study some old tech she said looked fantastically.
Do you see me
intriguing.
vibrating on your screen?
Time is of the essence, but we
I
can't
can't
leave
see
her here
anything on the
alone.
screen.
Wait, guys, I'm here! Don't get your feathers in such a ruffle, I'm fine!
But we don't have time to wait here while you play with some new toys. Now, Dragon's not just gonna sit around while we find this Rata Novus research.
It's okay, but we can't delay any longer.
So, are we going to talk about Bram going the full Britney Spears, or...?
I mean, I think he's allowed. You know, it happens when your mom dies. Even if you weren't particularly
Tislak
close
was right.
to them.
The city appears long dead. I guess we won't find any allies to rally for our cause.
Such a pity. All those Asura.
Maybe no new allies, but there is something else here. I'm picking up some prints that are definitely not Asura. Looks like they belong to...
Chalk.
Yeah, how did you... Gotcha.
Infuriate! Accelerate!
Yeah, Bram didn't quite have that figured out. I chalk it all up to him not knowing a whole lot
Makes
about...
sense the chalker here.
Nope,
This
nope,
place is a
no.
nexus for ley energy. I speculate these things actually channel it somehow.
Great. Well-fed chalk. They're probably responsible for the death of this entire city.
Luckily, you can withdraw into the safety of your golem. This is obviously no place for an Asura.
Safety of my golem? What's that supposed to mean? Maybe you need the safety of my golem.
What? I'm not saying it. Nature is.
Okay, enough. Let's pick up the pace.
Let's go! But I don't
We
know
need to
where.
find the lab where they conducted their dragon research. What's the best way to do that?
Maybe if we power up the city, Scruffy could trace the biggest energy drop. Logically, it should be the hub of their research.
Sounds reasonable. How do you restore power to this place?
That's what I was investigating before you got here. Not playing with toys, Bram. Anyway, they had a different procedure for refining ley energy and using it for power.
Impressive.
This thing's an offline ley collector. We could manually turn enough of them on to get the juice flowing, but the chalk will notice and come running.
It's worth the risk. Get it started.
Hey Babs, I'm an offline ley collector. You want to turn me on and get the juice flowing?
Such synergy!
Wrong button.
No comments.
Glad these chalk are enough of a challenge to keep me sharp from Mordremoth.
I've
Like-
got good news for you if you're itching for a fight. The more of these we turn on, the more chalk they'll attract. So yeah, math. Deadly math.
Do you
Like
think?
Keep doing your thing, Timey. We'll take care of whatever comes.
Do you think Timey's smarter than us?
Probably.
Cause like we're Asurans too. Like, shouldn't we have maybe possibly figured out we're supposed to turn these things on?
Well, I'm a mesmer. I like butterflies. Although you're an engineer, so
I
maybe
know.
you should have figured it out.
Well, maybe we should have gone in as an engineer next time.
Come on, you stupid!
Jesus Christ, Timey.
There, finally.
It's good to know that even Asuras have to like
Vitality restored!
whack technology sometimes.
Infuriate!
Dodge, Canuck. You got stuff on your feet.
So I'm pretty sure that high-pitched noise I keep hearing is me.
feet tall! Invigorating!
How much longer, Timey?
Still multiple collectors left before the city turns on.
If the power is down, where's this light coming from?
Those bubbles,
I
genius.
wondered the same thing, and the Rata Novus had quite an answer. The fixtures above us are actually clusters of optic cables that run up to the surface. They carry natural light down below. No power needed.
All the way down here, and you still get daylight.
It's ingenious. I hope we get to see how they solved one of the underground ventilation problems. It could revolutionize all future asuran construction.
We won't find it standing here. On to the next one.
So, I don't know if this is maybe too deep of a lore question, but like, I sort of get the feeling that Asura were underground so long that they just didn't know what the surface was like, and then they were run out by Primordius. How did they know to dig up for light? Like, I guess they knew of the surface and that it was bright and just didn't want it.
Yeah, that's kind of confusing. Like, because you would, I mean, most animals in the real world that like live underground have developed, developed differently. I don't know.
You're unusually silent, Canuck. Is the call distracting you?
It's actually quite the opposite. It's quiet down here. Mordremoth's voice was growing to a great bellow as we drew closer. Here, it's a whisper. It's a welcome respite.
Was it becoming too much?
Commander, you insult me. I have no plans to give myself over
Be
to
a little
that
bit more
beast.
subtle, Loki.
Good to hear.
I'm looking forward to playing this as a Sylvari and seeing like how much they really incorporate that. Because it's gonna be like, it's one of those things that would be interesting, but could also get really frustrating if you're just constantly hearing it.
Yeah.
Vitality restored!
Just a few more, and we'll have enough power to get any of the surviving systems up and running.
And from there?
Scruffy will allow me to track where all this power is headed.
Good. We find a lab. With any luck, we find their dragon data. Let's get the last one going.
Hold up! Scruffy's picking up some unusual readings.
Giant
it looks
check.
like it's a golem signature. Old-fashioned, but different than anything I've seen before.
Does that mean?
We must have powered up the city enough to turn on its defenses. And then we triggered said defenses. Yay, us.
Heads up, everyone. Sounds like Asuran tech incoming. Vitality restored!
Rata Novus, built to last.
No one tell that guy.
Accelerate!
Tranquility.
Okay. Well, that was easy enough.
That
I
might.
can see where like replaying some of these, like I'm enjoying them now. Like there's decent story. It's kind of, there's a little bit of humor. It's not too bad. Wait. Lux? That's a name I know. Sort of. But I feel like replaying these, because this is all just like, it's mostly standing around and dialogue, and then a few things spawn. We kill them quick, and then we're done. Like, I worry about the replayability on some of these, especially where, you know, there's probably mission-related stuff, and you really have to churn through all of this to get to the end, and then you can actually get the
I wonder
achievement.
if
Oh,
it
wait,
could be employed
what's that?
against Mordremoth.
Locate
Going
and
after the
destroy all
Rata
of the
Novan
active
research is
Rata
one
Novan
thing.
security
We
mechanisms.
can't waste time studying them now.
Brown, no one has ever wasted time studying.
Let's stay on course. Which way, Timey?
Now that we started the engine, I'm getting a sizable power signature. Might be a lab. Follow me and the big guy.
I don't know, maybe that's why that achievement is popping up now for us, even though we haven't done this, because I can see where trying to redo all of these for achievements, you're just sitting around for a long time. Yeah.
Health increasing!
Quite a few bleeds
Accelerate!
there.
It's fine. Let's just keep moving before we run into more trouble.
Is she coming this way or going that way?
She's coming this way.
Okay.
I feel exposed. I'm 6 feet tall. How's it working now, Timey? We back on track?
I think so. We're almost right on top of the source.
This looks cool.
This isn't a basement, it's a command center.
This is exactly what our
And an
our office
asuran
looks
portal,
like.
which is pretty sweet.
Stargate.
Is that?
Asuran gate. Similar in design, but probably similar in function.
Is it active? Why isn't it glowing if we turned on the power?
Good question. Let me see. Okay. Good news, bad news. Good news is there's enough power to turn this gate on. Bad news is something's interrupting the flow. Something big.
I think we found the culprit.
Oh, we got this.
Accelerate!
This guy has a damage reflecting shield.
Invigorating!
And a hardened shell. I think you have to kill these guys first. Although that guy's also not doing anything. These guys. Oh, break defiance bar to kill. Got it.
Invigorating! Infuriating! I'm nigh invincible! Accelerate!
But we should have killed you. Why are you not killed? Oh, because it has to get
Oh
up here.
my, what?
Ram!
Good job, Timey.
Move! Go! Go!
He has such pouty man lips.
Nice job, Timey.
Thanks! But Scruffy did most of the work.
Yeah, well, he's as much a part of the team as you.
I guess so. Sure.
The gate's out. Where do you think it goes? Radasum?
As far as I know, they were never connected. It must lead deeper into this complex. We should test it out, make sure it's safe.
How do we do that?
Someone just walks into it, and if they're not obliterated, it works. Who wants to try?
I suppose I'll be your test subject.
Yep, that's a good idea, Commander.
Test the dilapidated gate. It's probably fine. I mean,
Well, it worked.
we're not dead. Yay. That would have been really bad.
Got a mastery point
Job
for it.
not done, Commander. I told you that gate would...
breakdown behind us
Womp womp.
after a 2-second
I hope
cutscene.
no one
Oh,
was
I didn't get a mastery
planning
point.
on going back that way.
Where'd we end up?
There's a huge ley draw ahead of us. I'd bet my transverse wave inverter it's the Dragon Lab.
Seem to be outnumbered.
This isn't a lab to them. It's a dining hall.
Wait, the emblem on that glass door.
The dragon. That must be it.
Deep in the Asuran complexes, there's a door with a dragon on
We
it.
need to
Don't
get
open the
through
door.
that mess and open that lab.
Don't open the door.
Do
Do I get to choose not to open the door?
So we're trapped here? The only other way out was through the gate that just exploded?
Maybe? Probably. Yes.
Let's think about this.
Yes.
Why aren't those doors working?
Oh, hold on.
Because nobody should go through them.
We don't know that. We don't know that. Do we? Do we? We don't know for certain.
Ley
you know.
energy powers this whole place, and this ley conduit is blown. It almost certainly rendered the doors to this room and the lab inoperative when it went. If we can complete the circuit, they'll both open for sure.
Any ideas, people?
I have a thought. Scruffy can bridge the gap. The ley tech I outfitted him with should conduct the energy.
But will he survive?
Well, I'm not sure.
Timey, back at Dry Top when the Inquest destroyed Scruffy and almost captured you. I can't...
You can't what? Let a child make her own decisions? I'm not a child, and this is what I'm doing. Maybe I wasn't ready for it at Dry Top, but I'm ready now.
Fair enough. But once the doors are open, we'll still have a ton of chalk to contend with.
I have an idea for that too, but first things first.
So you're basically gonna stick your finger in that socket.
All right, big guy. It's time. You know what to do.
Why did he stop?
Go on. It's okay. I'll be okay.
Nope, can't do it. I'm not crying, you're crying.
Man, I just wish these cutscenes were higher quality. Like, it's just such a noticeable resolution drop.
Thank you, Timey. Now about those chalk.
Yes, we're devastatingly outnumbered.
Commander, when you were young, do you remember the bad kids burning beetles with a magnifying lens?
Sure, why?
She rebounds quickly.
Because I'm about to be bad. The device in that room is basically a huge telescope. I can reconfigure all the lights in there to feed into the lenses, turning it into a giant heat ray.
And then we have ourselves a chalk cookout. Brilliant.
Do what you need to. We'll back you up.
Okay, here we go.
So, like, every NPC in this game ever walks at a
Out of the
glacial
way,
pace.
Chalk!
And then Tiny, who is, like, legitimately, I hate to say, like, crippled, like, disabled, right? She has a disability. All of a sudden, she's at, like, super speed and is flying through. That feels a little awkward to me.
Yeah. Especially the people who are like, let's hurry. And you're like, you really don't know what that means, do you? Bram just bamfed up here. Bram, you've been...
Commander!
It's okay, Timey. We're right here.
I've positioned the lenses on the microscope. Have to get to that console now.
Move!
Seriously, shouldn't, like, Bram have her on his back? Be, like, running. We're making this child, like, run everywhere.
Canuck's tanking for us.
Yay, Canuck. Get it.
Infuriate!
I feel like I could kill these all before she finishes.
Yeah.
What next?
Focusing all the light clusters in this room into one point.
Accelerate!
Well, these things are not hard to kill.
I feel like this would be really fun as something with like shit tons of AoE.
Yeah.
Like a staff alley and you just like lava font dead, lava font dead, lava font dead. Yeah, these things seem to have about like 4,000 health.
Yeah.
I wish I were getting experience from this.
Yeah. New farm. You know what that would... Exactly what it would turn into. In a hot second.
Well, at least we can kill some stuff while we wait.
Infuriate!
Yes, you know us engineers, we love mashing all the buttons.
Stop running past me!
Right, come on!
Commander!
I can't keep them away forever.
Well, we probably
That'll
can.
silence you.
Yeah, seriously. Should we also be moving away from whatever heat beam she's about to make?
Now what?
Over here, Commander. We're moving this way. Draw the chalk into the path of my beam.
Oh, don't walk into the path of the beam yourself, because we're serious.
I haven't the energy.
I'm
Uh-oh.
back and brilliant.
Yeah, I feel like just killing this guy normally is probably going to be easier.
Infuriate!
Well, at least the game is finally teaching people how to line of sight.
Just what people needed to learn.
Just come back this way. Oh, I got 15 burning on me all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That was amazing.
Smells
Was it?
better than I would have imagined, too.
Doors open. We'll wait for Timey. I have a feeling there's something incredible inside.
What could it be? Perhaps stacks of paper.
Is this it? Is this the right place?
Boot up these machines and we'll find out.
Yeah, be good for something.
Yeah, maybe this will take us right to the central transfer chamber.
These Rata Novans had a serious beef against Primordus.
Yeah,
Anything on Mordremoth?
No. Well, sort of. It's about all the Elder Dragons.
What is it?
Based on their extensive research on Primordus, the Rata Novans determined that each Elder Dragon had a weakness. A unique, respective weakness.
Like my
And
weakness
does
for
it
chocolate.
say
What it is? No.
It's probably
how
chocolate.
easily the fleet went down? It's obvious the way you and my mother stopped Zaitan won't work here. So what do we do now?
This is good news, people. We've been charging headlong against Mordremoth, not even knowing if it can be beaten. Only knowing we had to beat it. Now we know it's possible. Now our mission is to find out how. To do that, we have to get closer to Mordremoth. And thanks to that lay map, we know exactly where it is.
Let's catch up with the others then. I suppose it'd be nice to have some help finding this weakness.
Wait, so we came all the way down here to discover that we need to figure out how to beat Mordremoth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for everything, Timey. So does this mean no more Scruffy?
Oh no. I already have design plans for Scruffy 2.0. Little trim here, a little tuck there, and weapons, lots of weapons. But no golem for the immediate future means this is the end of the road for me. I'll be staying in Rata Novus with all this delectable research. Bummer!
Alone? Are you sure?
Hey, would you ask Rentlock if he was sure? To knock?
Point taken. Should I send word to someone back at Rata soon? Let them know you're here.
No thanks. I'll take care of that. In like a few weeks or so.
Don't want to get flunted again, huh?
Not particularly.
Okay, Timey.
Shouldn't say that to
I hope to
minors.
see you soon.
Me too, Commander. Give that dragon a good one for me.
Ooh, Chak sword, Chak pistol, Chak torch. Again, 2 more weapons that I have the legendaries for. Oh my god, that looks insane.
Ooh, I do like the pistol. The shield's pretty fun too.
You gotta see the sword, it's crazy.
I can see little things moving on your screen, like tendrils.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Oh man, that's so good. I'll just take the sword.
More accolades.
Like, I'm not gonna use it, but it's so good.
Yeah.
Cool. So, like, we're not completely removed from reality when we're playing this game, right? So I've heard people complaining about certain elements of the story, not with spoilers. Like, I don't necessarily know what happens, but I've heard people kind of saying, like, "Oh yeah, the story, like, it does these things," and it's hard
This
for me
is
to
one
kind
of
of
those
follow it all.
things.
Yeah, this feels like, we got here, we spent all this time. Okay, we discovered this thing, and we found out basically nothing. And like,
Yeah.
it sort of feels like Timey's just gonna figure something out later when we need it, and she's, gonna like have the answer for
She's
us.
gonna be the Giles. The one that we go to that's like, I'm gonna look through this dusty book that has exactly what we're looking for, but less British.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like they did anything with this awesome, like, lost Asuran city.
Yeah, like I was
I
literally
was so
expecting it
excited.
to tie into. Well, you heard me. I was like, oh, Primordus and the central transfer chamber and all that, and it's like, oh no, it's just dead. And like, even when we turned on the computers, we just found out dragons have weaknesses and they're different. Like, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Like, there could have been so much done with this, even just on a basis of like adding little bits and elements to the story that maybe aren't exactly relevant to this story, but like relevant to the lore. Like, we should be able to interact with more shit here. Like, there's a million computers. Both of us are playing Asura.
Yeah.
I'm playing an Asuran engineer. Like, there's nothing that I can interact. There's nothing that I can do in
And why
this
can
entire
Timey
city.
read this and I couldn't?
Yeah.
That bugs me too. But
Like-
here's the thing. You can tell they spent a lot of time thinking about details because they talked about the lighting in here, right? They went so far as to think about how the place would be lit without power. and you know what that should be, and to like include that in the story. And it feels like there's so many other details that they didn't spend the time kind of thinking through. Like somebody, like they had time to go over like these specific details, and then they're like, all right, well, we just, you know, that's it, like we're done that now.
Like, do we honestly think that we could have pulled Taimi through this fast enough? Like, this fast? I feel like she would have been like, I need to look at all the shit.
Yeah.
Like, we would not have gotten here fast enough.
Yeah.
It's just, it feels so rushed. And, like, the payoff for rushing through it is not enough.
Well, and we spent 30 minutes on this, right? So it wasn't exactly fast, but I
meant, like, there wasn't really a whole lot.
Yeah, it just feels like we spent a lot of time waiting for Taimi to work on this thing, and then we went to the next thing that Taimi worked on, and then we went to the next thing, and we killed some stuff. It just, you know, there wasn't a payoff to all of that, like, slowly working through here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's it's a little disappointing, but we'll see where they go from here. I think that's it for us this episode. This is a long one, so... we've gotten a couple short ones recently, but here you go. Here's a nice long one. So thanks everybody for watching, and we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.